It was a business solution to a technology problem. The advent of EFX, very simply, some people were enabled, tech-enabled, some weren't. So to level the playing field, they brought in last look. It actually existed in the options world as well. So in Chicago, when they set that up, they had a look back, same thing. But then as technology improved, everyone had the same access, they just did away with it. But yeah, to Andy's point, there doesn't seem to be a reason for it nowadays. But that said, it's in your hands. You know, Andy was telling me before this panel that at certain times of day, he says to his algo provider, plug me into firm only. I'd like to go a step further and say, because not all firms equal, and we can get into that later, but plug me into central limit order books only. There's only 3 of them. 2 legacy venues you probably know well, and LMAX Exchange Group, because you know exactly what's going to happen there. And to the optionality point, writing options is a complex business, but it's normally rewarding. But you write options to your last look providers every single order you send through. Why would you do that and not receive the premium? Because the reality is, it is always cheaper to trade with that last look. Always.
So there has been, as I mentioned at the very beginning, last look has been a topic for 5 years, possibly 6 now. There has been lawsuits. It was a very contentious topic in the global code. There's been a lot of chat and discussions around this practice. So why do you think buy-side participants still use it to this day?
Yes, I think part of that is that we've probably come a long way in the buy side. I think when LMAX even did a white paper and they did some surveys, 1 out of 5 buy side shops didn't even realize what last look was, let alone how it impacted their orders. So I think we've come a long way since then. But still, I think it is somewhat tough because all buy side is very different with how they execute and also what they want from their banks. So if you were a buy side that was getting your custodians' executions at high lows of the day, are you really that concerned with last look, where you might be costing you a little bit on the optionality front? That being said, I do think we've come to a place now where we do have a pretty powerful voice. The global committee is looking at the code again, and this is a time where the buy side really, if you have a view on last look or have any thoughts, you should absolutely make those known, because I think now is the time to push those changes forward.